Hello and welcome back to Multi Film Podcast. I'm Erin,
I'm Jess.
and today we're with a very special guest. So if you would like to introduce yourself.
Hi, I'm Chloe Grant. I'm from Scotland and I'm a 19-year-old racing driver.
Yeah.
Okay. So I would like to drop in with the first question and properly ask, what first drew you to motorsports in general?
Sorry if you can hear the work going on in the background. The
It's
neighbours
okay.
doing something.
It's okay, don't worry.
What first drew me to motorsport? Well, I have two older siblings. I'm the youngest of three, and my oldest sister Lucy, she started racing just a year before me when she was around 14 or 15. And I was pretty much the annoying little sister that watched her for a year. And then, yeah, one day I just was like, oh, can I have a go? And I've never stopped.
I mean,
I
that's
don't
fair
think
play.
I think if I was in your sister's position, my sister would do the exact same. My little sister's the exact same at that. She's at that age as well.
My sister would run in the opposite direction.
Your sister's a coward, though. Sorry. That's me. So, when did you know that you wanted to pursue it professionally?
I mean, so I started when I was 7 years old, and obviously progressed through the different karting categories. And when, like at the beginning, it was just a hobby for me. And then when I was around 11 years old, I moved up into a bigger class called Mini Max at the time, but it doesn't really exist now, sadly. And it was a lot faster than the previous category I had been doing. And my first day in it, it just like clicked with me, like the speed, the adrenaline, it was so amazing. And I was like, yeah, this is way more than just a hobby for me now.
I mean, that's a valid reason, to be fair.
Yeah,
Speed
like,
is
there's
great.
That is true. There's sometimes just moments where you're like, I want to pursue this like full time.
Yeah.
This is like the thing.
Exactly.
Yeah, and it always comes randomly as well. It's like, not
In the
even...
middle of a corner, you're just like, wait,
Wait, hold on.
hold on.
Speaking of, like, driving and stuff, what actually goes through your mind when you were driving? Like...
I mean, if you're thinking, then you're not going fast enough, realistically. You're not, I don't know, in the minute, like it goes so fast, you're not really thinking. It's more just like you're focused on what you're doing. But you're so focused that it kind of becomes like second nature, that you're not actually thinking about it, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
But for example, if you're going to overtake someone, you're thinking about what they're doing, and then you might be the driver that goes, "Oh, I'm just going to go when I see a gap," or you might be the driver that sits behind for 2 laps, sees where they're bad, and then goes and like actually plans it out. But yeah, it's just pretty much racing mode. You're just feeling the car and doing your best. Really, I wouldn't really say I think.
That's interesting. I feel like I'd just sing.
Little Carlos moment, little bit of smooth operator.
Yeah, I feel like that would just be me in a nutshell.
I'd start reciting Holy Priest lyrics.
Oh my god. But like, obviously, you're a woman in motorsports, which is a harder field to be in, specifically. Like, do you feel like you've faced a lot more challenges than what guys would have naturally?
Honestly, no. I think it's equal, in my opinion. I think social media makes it look like it's not equal, but it actually like is. My hardest challenge is financial, and that's not because I'm a girl. It's literally just because my family aren't billionaire millionaires, and we have to get sponsors to go racing. We can't just pay for it ourselves. Yeah, I don't think there's any difference. I mean, the only like you get the odd thing, and I mean, I can remember only two incidents when I was in karting when two guys targeted me because they didn't want to get beaten by a girl, but they were the same age as me, so they were probably like 13, 14, 15, and the only reason they were doing that is because it was their dads or granddads being like, oh, you can't get beaten by a girl. So I'm quite a confident and out there person. Like I don't just shy away from stuff. So I actually pulled them and their dads aside when at that age, and was like, listen here, pretty much, like, this is not on, like, we're here to race, we're equal. And they actually left me alone after that. So if you just stand your ground, it's fine. That's the only time I've ever had issues with other competitors. And again, like, they're kids, they're just growing up. Um, and then yeah, like, I've had no issues in cars with people I've raced against. On social media, it's not great, but then again, I don't get it as frequent as like you think. I actually got it worse when I was like 16, and I don't know why, but like recent. Then again, I say I don't know why I don't get it as much now, but I've been posting more content towards like focusing on girls, so I can grow my female audience. So I hopefully attract more females to my page than I do males. But yeah, if I ever get hate on social media, it's either a super young lad that is too young to even have a phone and be on social media, and he's just a bit uneducated and needs to learn a little and grow up, or it's like a 6-year-old man that's jealous you're doing what he never could. So yeah, that's pretty much it. And like, I don't listen to people's opinions that don't matter, which I've worked with very high up people in the sport, in the world of motorsport, and they've never cared. So that's all that matters to me. Yeah, I think social media makes it look a lot worse and a lot more scary, but we're actually pretty equal, if I'm being honest.
I love that. I love that it's like not as it looks. Because
Yeah.
like you'll look online and you'll be like, oh,
I've
that's
just got the image of someone's granddad just putting in a hate comment
yeah.
under clothes posts.
It's like one of them like accounts with like 2 followers. 100%.
Like Facebook jail.
Yeah,
Banned
yeah.
on- Please go to Instagram.
But it's good that it's not like
Yeah.
so like racing, right?
Back onto it. Let's
Yeah, back onto it. Sponsors and stuff. You said that you get money through sponsors. Do you find sponsors easy to obtain, or is it like a struggle?
No, it's definitely the hardest part of the sport we found. It's not easy to do at all. It just depends how you go about it. I mean, I think we've honestly got quite a good way that we go about it now after trying so many different attempts. And even that, like, it's not going to guarantee everyone's going to say yes. Like, we still get more no's than we get yeses. I think once you get the sponsor, the most important thing is to nurture that relationship and build it up so that you can keep them for a longer period of time. I think that's the most important thing that people need to remember. Yeah, and like see, like, random emails are never going to work. You have to go in person. You have to go out your comfort zone. You have to be prepared, and you have to do your research, and you have to remember, like, you have to be a people pleaser pretty much. You have to keep them happy because of what you're trying to get from them. And yeah, you just have to be really smart about it. And even like we've managed to do it, well, I'd say we've done a really good job the past couple of years getting sponsors. But even like this year, we've just really struggled. And like I said, unfortunately, we're gonna have to take a year out this year, sadly. But yeah, it comes and goes, and I think as well that how the government currently is, companies are quite tight on spending budgets, so it's a bit difficult.
Yeah, like taking a year out must be semi-difficult as well, since it's something you're so used to.
And so passionate about as well.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's not easy, obviously. It's quite stressful. I have my moments of breakdowns about it. It is quite frustrating, to be honest with you. But I just have to keep focusing on my training and powering through and making sure I'm doing the best I can.
I mean, since you're off this year, is there anything outside of racing that you like to do? Like, what do you like to do when you're not in a car or training?
I mean, train. I mean, I'm pretty much at the gym every single day until the point that I feel my body needs a rest. Because I've had this time at home, like usually I'm up and down the road a lot, like Scotland, England, whereas this like past couple months I've just been at home, and I've actually got to spend time with my family and going to different things with them. And I've got a brand new, well, not brand new now, but I've got a nephew 7 months old, and I've been spending a lot of time with him because he won't be this little forever, obviously. So
Yeah.
I've been doing a lot of that, which is nice. And yeah, just literally the gym and making new friendships. And I've been going for lots of walks because for some reason I like walking now. I think it's just nice to do. And then yeah, that's pretty much about it. And then I think I'm going to start start getting busy in the next 2 weeks again, start heading south for some new things that are going to be happening. And yeah, I think obviously my partner races, so I'll be going abroad with him this year, which will be cool. So at least I'll get to still go around a paddock, even if I'm not the one driving, and still get to make new connections, and hopefully that can actually benefit me in a way also. But yeah, I know I'm kind of rambling on, but pretty much just been doing family time and lots of training. And that's about it.
Family
Yeah.
time's always important.
Yeah. Especially when you've been like traveling for ages, it is important.
Like,
Yeah.
how do you cope with? Oh Jesus! How do you cope with having such like a busy schedule though? Like that would drive me mad, I think.
I don't know. You just kind of get used to it. Obviously, it's varied a lot, like over the years, because I've been doing this for so long. I mean, I've all my school years, and then I went to college, and yeah, just and I lived in England when I was in college, pretty much the whole time as well. So it's there's been a lot of different things happening, and you just kind of have to adjust to it. I mean, a lot of people usually ask me like, oh, how do you manage a personal life when you're doing this? And honestly, I do have one, but you also don't have one because my whole life is motorsport. I don't talk to a single person I went to high school or primary school with, not a single person. My personal life to me is still my racing life because everyone I know, everyone I'm friends with, like I said, my partner, everybody is from that sport, and obviously my family have been with me through the whole journey, so they completely understand the sport also. So yeah, you just kind of get used to it, and you have the correct people around you to support you and help you through it also. I think that's very important to have the right crowd. And my family have been really good with me.
I mean, it's like obviously I feel like it would be hard for people outside of like the industry to fully understand the amount of time that you have to put into it anyway.
Yeah, like looking in, I feel like a lot of people wouldn't realise like it's difficult to find the balance of out of racing and racing, so it all does sort of blend together.
Mm-hmm.
I guess you could say. And
Yeah.
trying to see that from like an outsider's perspective would be a bit iffy.
Yeah, exactly. I think as well, like, I mean, I'm guilty of it too. All us drivers, like, we just post like the glamorous side. Like, we're posting what we're doing racing wise, what country we're in, what track we're at, and then some of the training, but we're not posting, lots of the other stuff that's going on behind the scenes. It's definitely hard, but the sport makes it worth it.
The sport's rewarding at the end of the day.
Yeah.
And it's something you're getting to do, something you genuinely enjoy. So
Yeah.
at the end of the day, it's worth it.
Exactly.
Is there anything people would be surprised to learn about you, like just in general?
Lucy, what do you think? Sorry, my sister's here. Because it's hard to answer as myself, but you know me more than anyone does.
Surprised to learn about you.
Am I already pretty out there? I'm a bit of a mush. What's that mean?
Like you sleep with like stuffies.
Oh, really? It's just been exposed.
Me too, girl.
No, me too. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, you sleep with stuffies and you're quite lovey-dovey.
Oh, God.
Absolutely wrapped up there. That.
That's amazing.
Okay, fair enough. I never thought about that. That's a good thing I asked you. So there's your answer for that one.
Perfect. No, yeah, don't worry, me too. You're all good.
Got my collection supporting us from the sidelines over here, actually. Do you have any like specific rituals or superstitions for race days?
Oh yeah, I think us as a family are like crazily superstitious. Like I know it's kind of bad, but I don't know why we're like this. Like for example, my racing and karting was just me, my sister, one of my sisters, Lucy, as in not my other sister because I have two, and my dad. And then there was a couple times my mum came, and every time my mum came, obviously it was just coincidentally, I crashed, but I was like fully thinking it was her fault because she was just there. So I banned my mum from coming to my car races, and funnily enough, didn't crash when she wasn't there. But when it comes to like every time I get in the car, it's going to be different going into endurance racing because you can't really choose what side of the car you get into unless you're in like an LMP car. But in a single seater, I always get in from the left side of the car, and I have like my routine, like as my headphones in, I have the same album that plays every time. I do the same warm up. I just kind of have my like schedule ritual.
No, I like that. I like that. At least it gives you some sort of like comfort beforehand as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Following up on that, you said you listen to the same album before every race. What album is that?
Or I meant my playlist. I have a playlist, so I have it on my phone here. I'm not gonna play it, but where is it? It's my pre-race. It's called pre-race, and it's got Ride from Cars 3, and then it's got Do It Like a Girl, and then it's got Real Gone, which is from the first Cars movie. Then it's got Danger Zone, which is from Top Gun. Then it's got Tattoo by Loreen, and then Legends Are Made. And it's a 20-minute playlist, so it's like the perfect length for my warm-up.
I love that. Wait, that's such a good playlist as well. The Cars movie songs, 100% agree with you on that.
Cars soundtrack absolutely bangs though. So
Yeah, like literally, it's so good. You got a podium last year, right? What goes through your mind? Like, how do you feel standing on one of them?
Well, it kind of sucked because it was only one podium, but I didn't really enjoy what I did last year. So when your heart's not in something, you're never going to push to your best capability. I mean, nothing against the team. I loved KMR Sport. I just think GB4 is not run the correct way, and I can't stand that it's not under like the same rules as like British F4, like with the FIA regulations. Like they just kind of make it up as they go, and it's so frustrating. And some of the drivers are just absolute idiots and would just do stupid moves and not use their head. So it was really frustrating. So yeah, that one podium was great. It's definitely, yeah, it's that adrenaline feeling, it's a happy feeling, it's another thing that makes you feel like and it's another accomplishment essentially. Yeah, it's just a very, very good feeling.
I mean, when drivers are being idiots, that's not the best, I guess.
It can be really frustrating when people are driving like it's their first go-kart race. It can be pretty frustrating.
It's frustrating to watch, so I can't imagine like having to drive with them.
Like they have the new rules of race and respect, and you can't say this, you can't say that, and it's so frustrating. I feel like you should be respectful to one another, but I also feel like you should be able to talk to one another and say your opinions.
Yeah, like tell them they're being an idiot, you know.
Like in karting, I could do it no problem. I'd be like, "What are you doing?" Like I'd go up to someone after me, like genuinely, "What? Like, do you have a brain? What are you doing?" Whereas in cars, it's like they watch your every move, and you can get penalised and all this.
Yeah, you can't really afford that. That's just a hassle. How was your time in F1 Academy for sticking with your career?
Yeah, it was good. It's the biggest part for me was racing for ART Grand Prix personally. Like we've been speaking about funding and what have you, and like ART are a team that are involved in Formula Regional, F3, F2, and only recently F4. But at that time, when I was with them in F1 Academy, they didn't have the F4 cars. So obviously that's like pretty expensive championships to do. So I would never have been able to afford to race with them if it wasn't for F1 Academy. And they pretty much taught me everything I know. Everything I should have known before even going into it, but I never had a team that actually knew what they were really doing in cars to teach me everything. So I got to learn and grow with them, and I changed a lot as a person in a good way. I got very attached to them like a family, so I was heartbroken when I had to leave them, and I'd take them back in a heartbeat if I could.
Yeah.
Yeah, your team is somebody you will bond with. Whether you get on with people or not, you're still going to bond with. You're going to find people in a team you're going to bond with. So that would be devastating having to leave them.
Yeah, it was pretty sad. I've definitely I never had an issue leaving a team before. Like I've liked the majority of the teams I've been with, but I've never had an issue leaving. Whereas ART, it was really hard.
Yeah, no. You spoke about going into endurance earlier. Is that what you want to fully do in the future?
Yeah, I can't keep up with the politics of the single seaters and whoever has the most money gets what they want type thing. I can't keep up with that. My family can't. We don't have the financial capacity or mental capacity to do it. Yeah, it's just shot us down brick by brick, and it's been quite damaging for us, like the way that we've been treated in certain places and certain championships, and the way that you can just get bought even if you're fastest. It's really frustrating. So yeah, I'm 90% sure that next year, I'm manifesting coming back to it next year. I'm not saying I'm manifesting I will come back. I'm 90% sure that it will be in endurance.
Is endurance something you've always liked anyway?
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, I never thought I would do single seaters. I mean, my first ever year in cars was in Citroen Saxo in the Junior Saloon Car Championship. So I always assumed I would just stay in like saloon type things, either go into like Ginettas and like towards British GT or towards BTCC. I always just assumed I would stay in tin tops, but I just got the privilege from a sponsor to move to single seaters. So I'm grateful I had that opportunity. But it's time to leave the dream because it's just a dream.
That's responsible of you though. Like it shows how you are as a person if you're able to like differentiate the fact that was a dream, but you're still willing to move on and do other things.
I think it took me a bit of time, because I think it's more anger than disappointment. But yeah, I need to move on.
Understandable. Do you have anyone you like look up to in the sport, like role models, if that?
I mean, obviously, when I started, it was my sister Lucy because I didn't know anybody else in it. Okay, and still is. Jeez. And I think for us as a family, Ayrton Senna, and then also Lewis Hamilton. Like Lewis is just, oh my God, he's just the biggest inspiration. I've been very, very lucky to meet him twice. So he's not just an inspiration as a driver, but even as a person. He's unbelievable.
No, yeah, they're good role models to have as well. Like, they've achieved so much. And Lewis seems like genuinely such a good person to just learn off of.
Yeah, I mean, he's a lot nicer to meet than Lance Stroll was, I'll tell you that. But...
Oh! Can we get insight on this or no?
Yeah, I don't mind. I'm not in the single seater part. Doesn't matter. Lewis was just so nice. Like he took took a bit of time with me, and him being a 7-time world champion should be 8, but is what it is. You would expect him to almost be cocky because he's so good. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But he was so lovely. He was late for a meeting and still stood and talked to me, and he talked to me like I was like his equal when I'm nowhere near his level. And he was just so lovely. And then I saw Lance Stroll, and it was very much like, oh, here's your photo, bye. Like didn't speak, just smiled for the photo and left. When I was like, oh, okay. It was just a bit. It was a lot less pleasant than Lewis. Like Lewis actually took a lot of time, and he even spoke about like tracks we both raced at, and he almost made me feel like special. Like I walked away from the conversation with Lewis, and I felt happy.
That's such a nice thing to have, though. And it's funny that the 7-time world champion speaks to you more as an equal, and Lance Stroll's just like, nah, here's your picture, I'm going now.
Yeah.
If you didn't do motorsports, what do you think you'd be doing?
People have asked me this before, so I've had to really think about it because I keep getting asked it. Because I'm always like, I don't know. I don't know. I really liked, name a sport. I've pretty much tried it out. I think my favorite sport I ever did was field hockey. I loved that, but I don't know why, because I've never ever done anything like this. But there's something about like working on a boat in Greece. I don't know why, but if I wasn't racing, I feel like that's something I'd really want to do.
No, I love that so much.
That's brilliant. See, so now my plan to run away to Italy doesn't sound as bad, Jess, okay?
Yeah. No, I mean, you get the sun.
Yeah. Not good for me, I'm ginger, I'll burn.
Hey-ho. Do you have like any funny stories that you can share about being on paddock with other drivers or team members?
So I'm looking at Lucy here for help because she's always been with me pretty much. I'm trying to think.
I'm sure.
Funny, I don't know.
There will be, I'm sure.
There's definitely is. Yeah, there definitely will be. I don't know. All I can think of right now is just like, the silly things like when we have the driver signing and like when me and Jess used to race together and we'd go over and pretend we were fans of each other and get signatures, and pretty sure we both still have those posters. I'm sure there's loads of stories, but that's definitely it's one that we can't. Nothing comes to my mind straight away.
I mean, that one's still good though.
That is actually quite good. That's a
Yeah.
brilliant. That's my fans.
No, I love that. Picture.
If you could race with any driver, past or present, who would it be?
I guess I would say Senna. I think that would be my answer.
Why?
I'd lose, but yeah, I would lose.
Hey,
but
you never know. You never know. You could
The
like.
race is just for bragging rights. It's just for bragging rights. It's okay.
he's just amazing.
You know what? Yeah, I respect that answer. That's not much has to be said on that.
Yeah.
Just Senna.
Like, picture this, right? So you're thinking you're creating a track, right? What would be like a wild feature you could add to the track that you would want in it?
A wild feature.
It could be anything. Like, I'm talking like you could add a stupid tunnel bridge that twists to the side or something like that. Something really stupid.
Well, Lucy said she'd add a jump.
Zero suspension after.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess some sort of like funky type bridge, like like the Rainbow Road type things. I mean, it's not very practical. Like actually driving, I'd probably be like, why did I choose this? But just for the sake of it being a fun, weird thing, yeah.
I think I'd add a loop.
A drive-through.
I'd just like a little roller coaster, you know.
Yeah.
God bless. Out of all of your like friends and your time in racing, who would you beat in Mario Kart? I need to
Would I
know
be
that.
or beat?
Who would you beat in Mario Kart?
Oh, right. I don't like. I know so many people in the sport. I don't know. I feel like put us all against each other would definitely be interesting. I think I've done enough Mario Kart to top the majority of my friends. The fans are scared of it. Yeah.
No, I mean, you were almost much more humble than me. I would have just said I would have beat them all, in all honesty.
I mean, probably, but like.
You don't want to say it, but
Not
like...
too many people.
No, understandable. Back to tracks. What's been your favourite track to drive at?
Zandvoort, for sure.
Really?
Very, very good circuit.
I do like to watch it, but like,
That is it.
what about it makes it fun to
Not
drive?
fun for racing because you can't overtake, but it's great for just driving, like fast laps. It's so good because it's so unique. Like the banking is incredible, and it's just a very fast flowing circuit, which is something. It's like fast flowing corners are kind of like my thing in a way. It's just something I'm usually quite a bit quicker at in faster corners than I am like slower, and I just love when it's fast flowing, and you're pretty much going flat out the whole time. It's just so it's so unique to itself compared to any other track I've ever driven. And the first time I hit it, like as in like hit it running ever on the circuit, I was like P4 or something in testing, which compared to the girls that had done it way more times than I had, I was pretty happy. So it's just one that agreed with my driving style.
No, I like that. Zandvoort's nice as well. It's nice to just
Zandvoort.
watch.
It's a brilliant track to watch. Brilliant track to sim race. I will admit, brilliant to sim race.
Oh
That's
yeah,
next to the beach.
that's another bonus. No, is there a track that you've not raced at that you like think you'd do really well at?
I don't want to say I think I'd do really well at, but there's definitely another track I want to race at that I never have, and that's Interlagos in Brazil.
Yeah.
That's a circuit that for some reason, I just really, really want to drive it.
That's a brilliant track.
It is. Maybe one day. You never know.
Hopefully.
I'm festing that for you, girlie.
Yeah.
I think that's everything, actually.
Oh yeah. Before we go, we've got a new thing that we do with guests. So like, what's your like? What's your like weirdest shower thought? Not in like a weird way. Yeah, not in a weird way. Thank you for that. Yeah, but like one that you would think about. It's kind of like, say, how did dinosaurs get on Earth or something? Something you would spend so long like.
That would give you insomnia.
Yeah, like that we just spend so much time thinking about like what the hell.
Oh my god.
Like, what is your Roman Empire? Like, what is that one thing that keeps coming into your mind that you're like, what?
Oh yeah, I don't. Oh my god, I feel like there's so many things going through my head just now. I'm trying to think of one that's like, yeah. No, I don't care about that. Yeah, getting funding. I don't know, just like, I feel like there's so many, but just like, how the hell people like Trump are real? Like things like that, do you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
what do you mean?
Yeah, I get
Like, like misogynist, like what, like shut up, what are you on about? Just things like that really baffles me, like when guys just try to, like, even I don't know if you heard the thing recently of some guy saying that all girls wear bikinis in gyms now. It's like, what are you on about? And then they'll be like, oh, they distract us, that's your fault.
Like, yeah. No, it's
men, suck.
It's like when you look at American school systems and they're always like, you can't have your shoulders out because they'll distract people, and you're like, what are my shoulders gonna do?
Are we in like the 1800s? How is an ankle gonna like cause a guy to go into heat? Like, come on, what's going on? Right?
No, literally.
Exactly. Yeah, I think just misogynistic men that suck, that really makes me go, what the hell?
Yeah.
No, yeah, I understand that one. That one's a good one.
Well, thank you so much, Chloe. This has been an absolute honour.
You're welcome.
Well, thank you all for listening to the Multi to One podcast. I've been Erin.
I've been Jess.
And we'll see you next time. We don't know what we're posting after this, but we'll see you next time.